Namaste, beautiful humans, and welcome back. I'm Rigger, and today I'm going to go over the 10 most common questions asked about keeping barred rock chickens through the winter and share my experiences with you. So that's what we're going to do. Let's let this guy sprinkle a little food, and we'll be on our way. Where's my chicken birds? There you are. There's my pretty girls. There's my pretty girls. All right. Just make sure your water's good. Oh yeah. All right. How about a little bit of treats, huh? How about a little bit of treats? Yeah? All right. Let's put some here. Put some over here. There you go, Debo. There's you some over here. Yeah? Let's get you fixed up. There you go. That way everybody's separate. Yeah, how about in here? Nobody on the perch? Alright, what we got for water? Everything good in here? Got a little more here. And bedding's nice and dry. Make sure we got regular foods in there. Alright. Number 1, how cold is too cold for barred rock chicken? Barred rocks are very cold hardy and they can handle temperatures well below freezing, even down to below 20, as long as they stay dry and they have shelter from the wind. Their dense feathering helps insulate them, and they naturally fluff up to trap the heat. Do barred rocks need a heated coop? Negative. Barred rocks do not need a heated coop. They are built for the cold weather, and adding artificial heat can be risky. Instead, you want to focus on keeping the coop well ventilated to prevent moisture buildup, which is a bigger threat than the cold itself. But what I've done here is I've got a little bit of insulation in each of those rafters right there, at the top and at the bottom. And in the soffit, on both top and bottom, I've got holes drilled to let air in and out, and then the insulation actually stops the draft from blowing hard, so it lets it ventilate. And also there's obviously a couple little cracks, but nothing major. Number 3, how do you keep their water from freezing? Well, the best options are heated waterers, but if you don't have power, and I don't, you can rotate waterers, which I do. I have this one here, and I also have one right in here. Yeah, so I have both of those in here. And if that doesn't work, you can also add a floating saltwater bottle, and that slows the freezing down. And if you use hot water to, to melt your salt, put it in a bottle, it works real well. And honestly, they're very active foragers, so placing water outside the coop, like I have here, can help reduce indoor humidity as well. So the inside of the coop actually doesn't have any water. Both the waters are right here and right here. Do barred rocks keep laying eggs in the winter? Yes, as a matter of fact they do, and they lay quite a bit. I've got 6 hens. Yeah, out of my 6 hens, they gave me 6 eggs up till late fall, and then started in the very cold, they started going down to 5 eggs, down to 4 eggs, down to 3 eggs. I had one day out of this whole winter where I had 2 eggs. That was it. Every other day it was 3 eggs plus. Right now we're back into, which we're in Maine, so it's cold, but we're getting into the 30-degree days now, kind of often, basically this past week, and that's our first real kind of full warm-up week. And we're back up to 4 eggs a day now. So yes, they do great as far as laying eggs. Number 5, what do you feed barred rock chickens in the winter? Well, a slightly higher protein feed, 18 to 20% helps. It helps maintain their body condition. Giving cracked corn before bed, that also provides them to be able to get extra warmth overnight and build heat in their system. Yeah. occasionally high energy treats, something like scrambled eggs or oatmeal. That can also be beneficial. I feed them a little oatmeal, warm oatmeal. I like to give them that on a cold day for a treat. And then also I'll take, actually in the way I do it, I don't scramble the eggs together. I separate the whites and the yolks. I give them the yolks because the yolks is the best part for them anyway, and it's the worst part for us. So I keep the whites, I give them the yolks, and I do that quite often. I'll make them a little scrambled egg treat, and they absolutely love it. I actually mix it in with a little bit of crack, and cracked corn, that is. So mix in with a little bit of this cracked corn, and put that in there, and they absolutely love it. Yeah. I knew we'd be back. So number 6, how do you keep their coop dry and warm? Well, good ventilation is key. Moisture from breathing and droppings can lead to frostbite, so you want to ensure that your airflow is near the roof up there, like I showed you earlier, to let the moisture escape without creating drafts. And then you want to use a deep bedding, straw, pine shavings, or a deep litter method, which is what I've got right here. Any of those will work just fine, and that way it insulates the floor and absorbs the moisture. Number 7, can barred rocks go outside in the snow? Some will, some won't. Barred rocks are usually confident birds, but many dislike stepping directly on the snow, as do these. They'll go around it every chance they can. But you can encourage them by shoveling paths like I did right here, or laying down straw. As long as they have a dry, sheltered area, they can handle cold outside temps just fine. All right, gang, number 8. How do you protect barred rocks from frostbite? All right, I'm gonna read you a little something and then I'll tell you what happened with me this winter. So barred rocks have a medium-sized comb, which is moderate risk for frostbite. You can prevent this by ensuring good coop ventilation, which we did, keeping them dry and applying a thin layer of petroleum jelly to the combs and wattles if extreme cold is expected. Wide roosts, 2x4 boards, that helps them to keep their feet warm by sitting on them at night. So I do have a nice big round roost in there. That really helps them a lot. What I experienced, they did start getting a little chalky looking on a couple of the combs. What happened, I was making them stay in their coop. Come to find out, prior to putting that baffling in there, I had too much draft going on. So took care of that, took care of the combs. Well, actually let the combs take care of themselves. It warmed up the next few days. We didn't have to do any petroleum jelly, so I've not tried that. I can't tell you whether it works or not. But I do know I've seen other videos and seen other people use it, swear by it. I couldn't tell you. So far, barred rocks, they've been tough. They made it this winter. We came close, but like I say, after that, everything went fine. All right, number 9, how do you keep barred rocks entertained in the winter? Well, since barred rocks are active and curious, winter boredom can lead to feather picking. Hanging a cabbage inside the coop here and somewhere, yeah? So hanging a cabbage or tossing some scratch grain down like you see right here in this little bit of bedding and stuff we have in here. I usually throw a little scratch grain in there. And give that, so that way they got a little something to forage in and gives them a little something to do. And then also I keep this in here nice and loose, yeah, so they also have a dust bath. They can use any of that and take a dust bath anytime they want. That's a very deep bedding, so they like doing that. Adding perches, any kind of perches you can put in here. You see I've got perches up here, got perch right there, perch coming down here, got a perch right here, got Debo doing his thing. And then if we come outside, I kept out here, I would keep this shoveled, yeah? So just like a driveway, I'd come out here with the snow shovel and just shovel off some of the yard so they have a little place to come. And then out here, I took just a couple old pallets and slung them together and put some bracing and stuff on, keep the wind from tearing it down, and then put another perch or two out here. I got one here, and then there's one that leads back that way into the coop. And of course they go from there and get on top of the coop, and that's where they really love to be. So adding new logs, perches, anything, even a mirror. can also help prevent boredom. And then honestly, I come out here quite a bit. I come out here 2 or 3 times a day. I know that isn't feasible for everybody, but for me, I can come out here, you know, 2 or 3 times a day. So I come out here, and usually when I feed the chickens, I sit with them. And it kind of helps from keeping them to peck at each other and stuff like that. And it don't take that long, really, 15-20 minutes. And I'll just sit here and chill with them. So that's another way. Yeah. And listen, guys, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps this video go further, farther, faster, that kind of thing. Really appreciate it. And if you think about subscribing, that'd be awesome also. So let's see what number 10 is. Let's get her done. Last but not least, here we go. What are the signs that a barred rock isn't handling winter well? All right. So, if they're showing lethargicness, yeah, so if they're you know, really slow and lacking and just not kind of wanting to be with the crowd, then that's a good sign that something's going on with them. If they're puffing up a lot, if they're shivering, if their combs on top or their wattles start getting pale, especially the comb will go first, start getting like pale instead of a bright red. The brighter the red, the healthier the chicken. So you want a nice bright red wattle and combs. And then if they seem to be weak, or if they've stopped eating, anything like that, then you want to bring them somewhere other than where they're at. The cold's really getting to them. They need to be warm. So bring them in, bring them wherever you can bring them to get them warmed up, and give them a little while to kind of get their bearings back. Yeah, even a couple of days if it takes that. So with us, we really didn't have a whole lot of issues this winter. I had to bring 2 chickens in because they had dirty butts. Basically, they just, you know, they kept getting pasty butt, what we call, and what I've learned to call it. And it was really bad there a couple times on a couple of chickens, and it's so cold you can't, you know, it was so cold at the time anyway. It was well below freezing every day, so I couldn't rightly clean them and leave them outside. So we ended up bringing them in, cleaning them up, gently taking a blow dryer, drying them off, making sure they were good and comfortable before they came back out. Other than that, gang, that's about it for this one. Much love and respect. Please hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.